Hello and welcome everybody back to Curse of Strahd presents Rage and Peace, a saveVSgames journey that started a long time ago and is now. Can you guys all hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Welcome.
Gonna rage against the Dracula.
I'm seeing Crim instead of Lee, so I was just wondering if something happened there.
It's because there is only Crim.
Okay. I like it.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
I'm just going to just move the camera around Crim a little so you can see Crim instead of Crim's crotch. And we transition. Okay, so a long time ago, which is actually just a couple minutes ago, we were just having dinner with Strahd. And in the forests outside of Ravenloft, unbeknownst to Crim, Midnight, Mira, the gang that ended up going to dinner, Melina, ended up going together without realizing that their carriage was being followed. They had drawn something from the swamps, something that was there quite a long time ago. It was following them for a while now, and it just so happens that it's sitting outside the castle as they move in, unknowing of what their future might hold as this dinner with Strahd is about to happen. But they were ragged, beaten up after a battle with the hag of the swamps, Babalazaga. And the carriage, the black carriage that they had been avoiding multiple times, showed up again. And Strahd showed up himself, saying, it's about time that you hop in that carriage and I'll meet you at the castle. And so there was no saying no this time, and they ended up going to dinner. During which the women of the campaign really did have a chance to, while Strahd was in this moment of trying to impress his guests and have this chivalrous conversation with everyone of why he's messing with them so much or why he's brought them here. Instead, they were more concerned with the things he had done and complaining to him about how masochistic he was. And so he ended up kind of just piecing out midway through the dinner and allowing Rahayden to show the guests to their quarters if they wish to stay.
Did he get his Strahd feelings hurt?
He did. He had a bit of a Strahd temper tantrum, and he batted out, and or missed it out, and so he left you guys at dinner and in the care of his butler elf Rahayden, and you guys were given shelter from the storm, a place to stay the night if you wanted to, told that you could leave if you wanted to, but Midnight could not. You didn't really know what that meant exactly, but you know that he brought Irina upstairs to, in the goodbyes and everything. Strahd came by and took Irina upstairs.
Can't imagine she went up there willingly.
Well, she went up with everyone else, and then Strahd showed up again and took Irina further.
Did she go willingly?
She did not at first. She was influenced to do so.
Are you saying magic, like charmed?
It did definitely seem like she was under his influence, under his charm, his vampiric charm. As basically he made Midnight watch as he controlled her suit of armor, which is actually his animated armor, and let her sit there in torture as he drank from her friend Irina, which he knows as Tatiana in the past. His wife to be for many years.
We don't know any of that?
And yeah, well, some of that you do know from unearthing a lot of the lore yourselves and hearing from...
Well, we don't know what happened right now in the present, though.
You know that. I guess you wouldn't know the part about midnight, but just letting your thoughts rest as Crim and
What we do
Melina.
know is that we made fun of Strahd. He got angry and then to control Irina and then took her upstairs.
No,
After
he
being
offered
kind of
you
a
all.
pervert.
He offered you all like rooms upstairs in his place. Everybody went upstairs, and then while you were upstairs, Strahd stopped Midnight from moving in this room, and everybody else kind of went up along. And Midnight was supposed to be right behind you, sort of thing. And now she's stuck in this room. She can't get out. You guys can't. You guys are in this room now, and now the door locked behind you as well. As Rohayden left and locked the door behind him, kind of thing. And so, like, you're going, well, where's Midnight? You know, and so you started looking around on the shelves and throwing books, messing up his library, basically, of expensive, wonderful
Take
books.
that. We
Yeah.
throw your book. Ah,
And so
Dog
this
earing the pages, doing everything. Just
doggy
totally
in the
rude.
pages.
Totally rude.
this is the room that you and Melina are
In the
in.
spines.
And you two are bending spines of magical books.
Our revenge will be legendary.
Books about magic, not necessarily magical books, but these are some of the, just to let you know, some of the finest.
These are strange pictures in these books. I do not understand how these little scratches make things mean anything.
If Crim had done a successful history check of some kind, then it would have told him, or would have told her that these books were worth thousands of gold pieces, possibly a piece. Some of them. They are very potentially. Some of them are actually magical books, and so as they are tearing through these shelves, I'm gonna go to the proper.
But you can't set us up like you guys are throwing the books on the floor like a bunch of mongoloids, and then when we're like, okay, we throw the books on the floor, then you go, well, the books are actually worth a fortune.
Well, this room is pretty nice, and that's what you started doing because you wanted spitefully to mess up his shelves, basically. And so you guys are really screwing his stuff up, trying to, inflict the most damage upon this room as possible because, in Melina's words, fuck Strahd, he disintegrated me. So she's
Well, I mean,
currently...
I died too, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
I mean,
So while you guys are doing this on the to these books, one
feel
of
like
the books
this is maybe some misplaced anger on the books.
It very well could be. One of the books that potentially should have remained closed ended up being opened though, and
And this is how you suck us into an isekai subplot where the book opens up and we get sucked into a parallel dimension.
no, but Crim does open the wrong manual, and a glyph goes off and begins to flash and make a Constitution saving throw. Crim.
I throw it in the fireplace.
As you throw the book in the fireplace, the magic goes off like a blast where you're standing, and a glyph starts to show up on the floor.
Crim, okay, I don't know if you know this, but Crim is super duper fast.
Okay.
Like, so fast.
Fast enough to avoid a Constitution saving throw.
Super duper fast. They have double duper fast
Okay, well that's
speed.
well, it would have
Double
required
duper. I've read about that.
it would have required triple duper.
I got a 12.
This is a triple duper DC.
Does it? Where's my roll? I got a 12 in D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. Don't use beyond 20 unless you really want to. You can roll in Foundry. But
Okay. Do you want me to re-roll, or
you got a what? No, I'll take.
do you want me to re-roll?
I'll take your word for it. What'd you get?
12.
Okay, that's not enough at all. It was really high DC.
Nobody would fake a 12.
It's
Yeah,
a high,
that's like the lamest number to fake.
right. It's a very
Neither
high
comically
DC for
low
now.
nor obviously high. Yeah.
So, Crim, you are paralyzed in place right now. And
I guess I throw myself in the fire with the book because, I think the paralyzation takes hold mid-throw, and they just freeze up, and then them and the book right to the fireplace.
I think it's more like you were throwing the book, and then your arm stopped, and the book just dropped out of your hand. But we'll say it went into the fireplace as well, just to spite.
No, I don't want it to go in the fireplace now.
Okay.
I don't want it now.
So the book, it doesn't burn. It sits there beside, drops out of your hand, whatever. And Melina comes out like, Crim, what's going on? And she, what the fuck is happening? Kind of thing, right? And I don't want to role play Melina too much, but she's like, what the fuck is happening, Crim? My God, we got to find a way to get you out of this. And she finds on the shelf, in this moment of panic, on the side of the room that you were on, and in the side where you were messing with stuff, she finds a little ornate box and opens it up. Inside of that, there's a bag of holding. And so she's like, oh, fucking sweet, I know what this is. Crim, I found the bag. And she opens it up, start looking in, trying to see what she can find. Maybe something in here is going to help, And then the next thing you see, and keep in mind that both of your eyes are both blackened out, and you're like a hollowed out version of what you were when you came to Barovia, a shadow Crim, if you will. So you're looking at each other with hollowed out eyes, both with blind sight, and you just see a black, really thin hand. A slender arm come up through 10 feet long, and it grabs Melina. It grabs her by the back of the hair, and it pulls her so hard her feet lift off the ground, and she's holding the bag, and her feet get lifted off the ground, and she gets sucked into the bag, pulled straight into the bag by this creature with this one arm, I guess, and then the bag lands on the ground, and you just see this inky black hair. It looks wet and slimy almost as it peers out. You see these two eyes in this almost black silhouetted face, and the two eyes stare at you, and then it just smiles this crooked tooth grin, and then disappears into the bag, and it closes up on the top, and you're stuck in place.
Help! Help! Help!
And so we go back outside the castle again. I will go. It's probably better to go with this computer here. Outside the castle, there is another creature. Come on. Okay, this one? There we go. There is another creature outside the castle. And
is it holding a boombox above its head, saying, Strahd, I'm sorry, take me back?
It's more of a Dahmer than a Dabbler.
As you guys go into the castle for dinner, this creature is standing outside waiting and watching you. And the drawbridge automatically goes up and seals you guys in for after dinner safety, to make sure nothing gets in at night, right? Defenses of the castle, I suppose. But something brambles very stealthily through the bushes. Belvedere, do you want to describe to us your character?
Oh, wow. I don't even know how to describe my character. Right now, Gultheki is a mess of, who knows, a rotten mass of wood in various states of decay, rot, growth, and regrowth. The limbs take form, mostly root thick into the legs, up through the upper body, and then formed right now as a series of arm-like growths protrude around to give the version of a half-dead tree that you would see at the edge of a swamp or rotten in a swamp somewhere, covered in moss, various fungal growths. Every now and then, the creak of wood as it shifts, a branch turns, just attention almost seemingly being pulled from one window to the next, to a figure making its way across the wall, up to something that flickers across the moonlight in the sky, and to anyone that could track such movement, just slowly creeps closer and closer to the wall, where the vines begin to ascend, and it begins to creep up and up over top the edge of the wall.
And over the course of quite a number of hours, this completely silent, rolls tree makes his way, or its way, into the castle grounds. And I will go to the castle exterior view here. So as you get up to a higher floor on the castle, you look over the balcony and you see from the edge of the parapet here. Oh, is this not loading? Didn't load for me. There we go. So you climb your way up the edge to the roof here, to the parapet line and to the roof line, and you're looking for like entrances, windows, things. You're looking for the call of this gem basically that you've been hunting down, right? And as you draw closer and closer to it, you find yourself staring. Where did we go here? You find yourself staring through standing in between two towers, two large towers that one of them rises much higher than the other, and standing at the balcony that goes and joins the two towers together, the highest walkway between the two towers. You can see something red glowing from the one tower up there. And so you make your way up towards that glowing entranceway, and you see these stone gargoyles all stoically watching you. There are they're not moving around because they don't notice you at all, but you have a feeling that every time you creep past one of these things, if you had rolled worse, it might have jumped out at you. And so it's sort of you're watching your step and taking things slowly and creeping like a vine along these rooftops. And there are occasionally shadowy spawn figures, vampiric in nature, but they are like more bestial. They're definitely not the talkative vampire type that seems to be running this land now. The one that drove you out of your home many centuries ago. So this is what you'd see when you're staring into the tower thing as you get to one of these peaks.
Yeah, so as I see these forms walking, no matter how well I stealth, I still stand out here. So as a green eye just flickers for a moment, branch with a wand kind of flicks out, sort of like the images you see where the pollen in a tree just poof into the air, is what you see as Gultheki takes his form of spores, also known as gaseous form, begins to float through the air towards this glowing tower, and the constant doo 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 that he hears.
Yes, and as you get closer to it, it thuds more and more in your ears, right? Thud, thud. I'm hoping that increases the thud sound on stream, but if not, sorry. So then, as you get closer and closer, you enter this tower, and you look down and see that this is the thing you were sent to destroy. Now you've been here before. You know that you can't kill this thing without first setting the Fey spirits that created it at rest. And so, seeing this as your final goal again, you now continue on to where the gem is calling you in the tower, lower than this, down, much lower down than this. And you notice that there's defenses in this tower that, even as a mist, it seems like you have to be careful where you go exactly. You've noticed a few things that could potentially hurt you here. Or at least, shock you back to reality or whatever. As this whole thing is warded. You are somewhat knowledgeable of the Fey rituals and things that were used to create this as an ancient creature yourself, and so you definitely would know that this is not a safe place to be, and it's best to, unless you're going to be attacking it, it's best to get the heck out of this area quickly.
Yeah, taking in the sight, I collect myself from the personal feelings buried deep within and begin my descent back towards what is my current calling. So I creep my way down, watching for any kind of pattern in the defenses or anything that may help when I return. Hopefully be able to do what I cannot today.
So you do note that there are these weapons on the walls that you passed look to be very ornate and not rusted at all compared to everything else around here, which tells you that they are either very well made or they are some kind of enchantment on them. As you get lower down, you creep back closer to the bottom as your misty form descends through here. You feel that you're getting closer to the gems. They are kind of just behind these one of these walls here, maybe. Do a perception check.
All right.
A 15? Respectable. Yeah, so you would see there is a worn out wall where all along one side there's been water damage running through here, and there is a crack that's running almost all the way around this thing, in that you could probably squeeze through a few places on that crack, not having to go through the walls in gaseous form. So you could probably cut right through to where the gem is from here.
Okay. I will do so.
As you do that,
I imagine it looks like a puffball has just kind of erupted through the other side of this wall.
yeah, so you would be like in this area here, and you would, shoot your way through and see that there is a a magical effect in place right now as you're passing through this way, and you could pass around it. You would see it. It's like a pulsating magical effect as you come into this room.
So all I see is this bird creature that I've been stalking now.
This
Frozen.
is where exactly. You know that the bird is named Crim, but that's all you know. The ghost that you have been getting your instructions from, it is telling you that you're gonna have to convince Crim to continue on this journey that you need done. As you come into this room here, you just, I guess, what would Crim be doing right now after, I guess it would be like 24 hours after seeing Melina disappear, being stuck in place. It's not 24 yet kind of thing, let's say 23 and a half. And
did the paralyzation ever end?
You're about to make another save kind of thing, and you're like in a half an hour, let's say. It's once a day.
I mean, if they're paralyzed, they haven't done anything.
Right, but you're making a face or whatever as this creature comes in.
Okay, I'm making a face.
We'll say you can move.
I don't have
around.
eyes.
Oh, that's right, you don't have eyes. So yeah, I guess you just see this eyeless bird, attempting to break this paralyzation.
I think they've given up. They're not trying to break it anymore. This is their life now.
So you see a statue of a bird.
Out of the first 22 and a half hours, he just accepted it.
This actually could be some kind of a taxidermy thing with a magical, like, check out my bird.
Check out my bird. New hit show.
For a brief moment, which for me is probably like a good 20 minutes, not quite, because I wouldn't have that long. But just waiting and watching, trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
You can make an insight check if you want.
Oil can.
Insight check.
Oil can.
Insight check.
Okay, yeah. You can see that this probably wasn't planned by the bird. It is a living creature. It is being trapped in this place.
So yeah, if I see no hint of danger, then the spores would begin to reform into this humanoid plant-formed shape. And I guess I'll do a medicine check, if I may, and see if I know what's going on.
Sure, yeah. Or a Arcana check if you want, because this glyph is definitely glowing on the ground underneath him, so... I would say at that medicine check, you can't tell what's wrong with the bird, but you know that there's something happening underneath it with the magical effect of some kind.
As the green eye closes, and risk it, and a limb-like arm reaches out and just kind of grasps the shoulder of Crim, and I'll cast guidance, not knowing
Okay.
how else to help him.
It's coming up on that time where it's been 24 hours ish time. So, Crim, you're gonna make another saving throw now. It's a con saving throw, and the DC is lower now, and you have guidance cast on you as you are making this save. So you are using all of your will to have a chance to break this again as your once a day attempt or whatever of not giving up.
I hope I get a natural
Invisibility
one.
checks, not saving throws.
Yeah, I mean, it could. It's a lower DC now, though. It's much lower, but it's still there. So it's, yeah.
Oh, that's a 10 after my modifier.
With your con mod?
Yeah.
You made 10? Okay, well, yeah, that doesn't do it. You're still stuck in place.
All right. See you tomorrow.
So this bird is seemingly trapped here.
I don't see or hear anything else.
No, not right now.
Okay.
You might actually hear after being here for a while and being less focused on just the bird and everything else around the room and stuff too, and you would have maybe heard that there maybe a giggle or a moan or something from the room next door to you, from this direction.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to
Rage.
creep to the door and see if I can take a better listen.
Okay. Give me a perception check as you approach that doorway, and at advantage, because you can see through the keyhole. Because you said approach the door, so it's an old style key. Wow, that's some bad rolls. It's a little hard to see anything from this angle, so you can't really see what's up. But you hear two women's voices. Sultry, seductive. One of them is very Barovian sounding. If you know what that means, you do. You've been in the valley for a long time. The accent would be Barovian. The other one maybe a little more foreign. And you hear the voice of a man as well, or well, I'll let our PC describe himself, as he is currently in bed with two of Strahd's wives. They are currently chatting. One of them's pacing around a little bit. She's tossing a dagger up in the air. She's like less
in
interested.
bed?
No, she's walking around the bed, like pacing around the bed. She's tossing a dagger up in the air and pacing around, and she's kind of just letting her qualms about the day and the plans and everything off, while this other one here is currently like making you massage her and kind of smacking you when you do it wrong, and you're under her spell completely at this point. I'll let you describe your character as you are giving her a foot massage.
So I'm like, I don't have any like gear and probably like minimal clothing on me.
Right.
Just
all
to
of your
describe
stuff,
myself?
when you got caught, all of your stuff got brought here as well. It's all up in a corner of the room here somewhere. They just threw off all your clothes and everything, all of your gear, and threw it into the corner of the room. So you won't, or you did actually, saying you won't be needing this anymore. and threw it in. So it's sitting here by this lampshade, let's say, and it's been there for a few weeks now. Strahd hasn't been using this bedroom as much as he did in the past. He comes here very rarely now, maybe to pop in, see what his wives are doing, keep an eye on them, and then leave. And they're getting bored. They have been spending too much time with you as a plaything, and they're getting a little bit bored of you. And so in your conscious moments over the last little while, you have been terrified, absolutely terrified, and knowing that this is not going well. Looking for an out here and there whenever you have your sense about you, but whenever that happens, you are also tied up, chained up to the bed or whatnot, so you can't really get out of here, up to this point at least. And so as one of them's pacing around and you're giving the other one a foot rub, you can describe your character.
Sure. So Voin is a male elf, but he does have a kind of sallow, chalk white skin, sunken in cheeks, thin, pale pink lips. One of his eyes is a pale gray, but the other one is kind of larger and bulbous and a bright, glowing, hot red with no visible iris or cornea. He's pretty much just wearing like his skivvies right now, and his gut and his ribs are all kind of sunken in. He looks like he's very malnourished and not well fed. But you see on the ground, on the floor, to the edges of the room, there's a set of battered armor that's covered in broken runes and sigils, and the chest piece has like a tarnished and marred device on some sort. The shield appears to match, but the shield does have a painted golden symbol of a star on it. There's a white cloak that looks like it's made out of some sort of hide that's all gathered up in like a bundle on the ground, on the floor rather. There is a very fancy looking platinum and golden infused mace that is kind of just laying in a corner and giving off a very like faint glow. And then there is a chain that has the same symbol that's on the shield that's made out of platinum and gold, and it's just laying in a heap on the floor somewhere also.
Excellent. So that's what you are witnessing out there, Gultheki.
And he's kind of talking almost, it sounds like, to himself, and he's like, yes, Sayla, I'm trying to do what she said. I'm trying to get to the right spots. I don't know why she keeps striking me like that. I'm sorry. You should have some insight into this, don't you? I mean, you've gotten these sorts of massages before. Is it like counterclockwise, or is there sort of a swirl at the end?
And as you're speaking to this, to you entirely real, and to them, who knows if it's real or not, entity, she smacks you upside the head again and says, "Quit mumbling to yourself. Jeez. We need new help around here soon." And she goes off to her friend, hops out of the bed, says, like, I'm literally going to drink him dry tonight. If Strahd does not, why does he not pay any attention to us anymore? And the other one's like, sister, it is not for us to know what he does. He is, I know you have not been here as long as me, but he does what he wants. It does not mean he does not care about us. He comes by and sees me once in a while still. And so this one's like looking pretty jealous, and she's looking to take some of her aggression out on you, and she smacks you around a little bit, and like tells you to come here, and nice little punch in the face, 1 damage kind of thing, just for fun. And she's like, "Come here."
He just kind of scoops up some of the blood into his hands, and he kind of like lets it pool there, and then he just sort of like puts it out in a kind of conciliatory gesture, and like, Sayla says that perhaps a more meaningful form of two-way communication might be called for here. You might need to withdraw some of your expectations, but still outline your needs. And here, please have a snifter if you don't mind.
I swear to God, he is getting to me. Okay, thank you. And she doesn't like your face or what you're saying or anything like that, but she enjoys the blood in your hand, and she like, fine then, and kind of a spiteful lick of your hand, and like, I guess we'll keep him around. He's fairly tasty, and then she pushes you back on the bed.
That tickles a bit. He kind of giggles as she like licks his palm, and then just sort of like falls back on the bed, and he holds out one of his hands for Selah to like drift down into it, and just sort of like holds it there, kind of, bemusedly.
And they're just watching as you're like, I swear, this one's lost his marbles, and so they end up both of them putting on their robes and opening up the window to the outside here. It's like a balcony sort of thing to the parapets, and this is where they step out into the night and get some fresh air. And so they are effectively outside. You hear them talking about midnight as they leave the room. And so Gultheki, you would see through the window that these two women have left the room, and you are now in a library with a locked door and a frozen bird and what seems to be a meal on the other side of the door.
Do I recognize the chain he described?
No, not that.
Okay. I'll look back to Crim, who is still apparently frozen.
Yep.
And I'll try the door.
The door is locked right now.
Okay. One of my hands kind of stretches forward, and as the limbs that are the fingers start to twist, I thin out these brambles and wires into what are thieves' tools, and I'll attempt to pick the lock here.
Very cool.
Where are my thieves' tools?
I'll just let you roll a sleight of hand and add your proficiency. Right?
I'm not proficient in sleight of hand. I could roll an acrobatics. That would give me the same bonus.
Yeah, okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Just somersault through the door.
Oh, that's actually a good bonus. So you hear a click. This isn't a well-made ornate lock or anything like that. And the door is open to you.
So is the door, I don't know if it pushes or pulls, but I'll attempt to start to creak it open.
It pushes open into the room.
Voin, do you speak Druidic?
Nope.
Okay, so you hear a creaking of wood and leaves echo through the door. That means absolutely nothing to you. And there's a pause as Gultheki remembers himself and repeats himself in common. Are you a friend or a foe?
What's my level of mental whammy right now?
So, you were charmed by one of those two.
Yep.
She has her spell on you in a way that you do anything for her, but you're yourself in all other aspects. Just that she's asked you to stay here, and that's while you're being charmed, like you're only being told to you have to make sure that my needs are kept, kind of thing. And it's actually been a little looser of charms over the last little while because they haven't been. You're pretty much whipped at this point, so they don't have to work as their magic as hard.
That's super relatable. So thank you.
They don't even have to try at this point. So like the fact is that because they haven't been really diligent about their 24 hours or anything like that, you might be able to snap yourself out of this, somewhat at least. You're getting to the point where it's the end of their charm now on this day, because it is the end of the day almost.
Well, I guess he would just kind of look at Gultheki a little hazily, kind of like he's just a little bit stoned, or maybe, just, like kind of coming down. Oh, you're a very fascinating looking fellow, aren't you? Greetings. Are you a member of Strahd's entourage? I swear I've been going to complain about the conditions here. They're a bit strange. Yes, they lied. That's true, isn't it? And he kind of he looks at one of his hands and just sort of talks to it for a second and then sort of fixes you again. Greetings. My name is Voin Sidonis.
Gultheki would recoil kind of instantly at being connected to Strahd. As he looks back behind him to see Crim there still frozen. Just
look at that.
Collects himself.
There's some sort of bird person over there. What's happened to that one? What's wrong with them?
Seems he's stumbled blindly into some magical essence.
I
Would you
might
be able to assist him?
I might be able to. That's so funny that you say that. Would there be anything prohibiting me from trying to cast Lesser Restoration on
just
them?
Your holy symbol and stuff is all in the corner with your clothes and stuff. But there'd be because she's not here right now, and she didn't say anything about not messing with any. They're not treating you as a threat anymore. You've been able to walk around this study before, use the library. They're giving you free reign of the place while they like you, and you're a good blood source. And in a month or two, you might not be.
So I can cast protection from good and evil on myself, which will make me immune to being charmed by them. Is that something I would do, or is that something that I would not do because I wouldn't want that?
Well, if you can get your moment of clarity here in a minute, you could do that. But right now, you're still sort of, doing anything that makes sense for her, or that one that charmed you. The vampire.
So would I not leave the room then to go help Crim?
Well, that's not something she mentioned explicitly. So you've got some leniency.
Lesser Restoration, I think, is only verbal and somatic. Let me double check that. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I don't even know if I can pick up my holy symbol, I would, but otherwise I wouldn't even bother, and I would just walk over and just sort of, let Selah kind of warm my palm a little bit and just smile at her and just say, yes, we can help him, of course. There's no problem. And I would just reach out and touch the bird person on the shoulder and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I need to use the restroom. Just 1 second. Crim runs over and finds the restroom and then comes back.
Oh, I think that's just a potted plant. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
fine.
It's fine. Yes. My mistake.
It's probably good for it, honestly.
Here. Yes, that's how we do it where I come from. Thank you. I was frozen there. I didn't know how long I would be. I thought I would be ignored and left there to just be a piece to be seen.
I believe you've been there for somewhat over a day. There was a female voice that was yelling quite loudly, and then there was sort of a sucking sound, and it vanished. And that was right about the time that you went silent as well. That was about a day ago, if I recall correctly. The time does tend to bleed together here in lovely Castle Ravenloft.
This place is Nightmare Land, but yes. I am the darkest nightmare. I am
really. Actually, I found it to be quite charming.
No, I'm very bad.
There's these lovely ladies who have been draining the blood out of me about every few hours or so, and that makes me feel better.
All right. Well, I thought I was pretty scary.
Should move immediately.
So this
Move
Well,
where
I'm sorry.
to?
I would love to come with you, gentlemen, but I'm afraid I have to go back to my my post. Thank you so much, though. I'm glad that you're feeling better, Bird Person. Is that your name, Bird Person?
Nightwing.
Nightwing, lovely. That's very
Yes.
evocative. I love it. I'm
Super
Voin,
scary.
Voin Sedonis.
Very frightening.
What is your name, Plant Person?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought you were the restroom.
Perfectly understandable.
Oh no! What have I done? I'm make a fool of myself again. I'm going to go freeze myself. I deserve to be a statue.
You're
Crim picks
fun,
up the book.
Jim Bear.
This book froze me.
Gultheki, they call me, and I'll druidcraft some sort of a I don't know, like a nightshade or the like, to give to Voin for your mistress. Then, if you stay.
Oh, thank you so much. She'll love it.
You are not
I'll
from
make sure to...
the forest, are you? We got attacked by things like you.
They're like me, yes, but they're not me. We can change that if you lend me your ear once we leave this place.
Does this make you afraid? And she holds up the Gilnera staff.
One of my limbs kind of flickers and a very similar staff emerges. It marks us as on the same path yet again.
Huh. Okay.
Crim, you recognize
Where did you...
a very similar staff to the one that the druid leader you had stolen from the druid leader. It's not the same sort of thing, but it is similar looking.
It's
The last person that had a staff like this tried to kill me and my friends. But you are not trying to kill me. No, you're good. I can smell it. And she bonks you on the head with the staff lovingly.
another poof of spores just releases into the air.
Maybe we don't do that in the future. I came here with some friends. We got in an argument with Strahd, and then my friend was... Oh no, you are charmed like my friend. Strahd took her upstairs and then disappeared. I've been frozen for a statue forever. I want to rescue my friends.
Of your friends disappeared in the night. I've not come across the other one, but we need to go.
Okay.
Right about that time, as it's been a day and you've been exploring the castle for a while now too. Right about that time is when you guys hear on the other side of this fireplace a loud ka-chung, and like stone on stone, metal hinges and gears, and then a chain all of a sudden going chunk 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 around like a gear type thing. And I mean, like, maybe your character has no idea what a chain around a gear sounds like, but that's the sound that you're hearing coming from behind the fireplace. It's distant at first, and then becomes quite loud as it the final sound, like echoing chung as stone like slips into place, kind of thing. And something has moved. Something large has moved on the other side of this door, the other side of this fireplace.
Was the fireplace a hidden door?
As you look and ask that question, you see in behind there seems to be some kind of secondary exit from this fireplace. Maybe it's a sort of a two-way situation. It's not something you would notice right away unless you were looking for it.
Oh, I almost forgot. There is another with me. She found a friend in this bag. And Crim holds up the bag of holding. I think they are playing. Opens the bag of holding. Hello, friend. Shake, shake, shake.
Nothing comes out of it at all.
Oh, they must be having fun. Okay, I'm going to fill it with every single book in this library because they are valuable, and I need to get knowledge for my temple, so they will treat me like a human being. And she dumps all the books she can into this bag of holding.
Okay. That might start to pose a problem soon, but as you're doing that, there is a noise.
Will help if it seems like that's going to get him to leave faster.
Oh, thank you. You're a good helper.
Just like a branch of arms just sweeps them into the bag as he holds them open.
I imagine she's just going through, like, claw on the shelf, like, boom, 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 like, clears the entire shelf, and then we come back to your character, and it's just like, 1, 2. Oh, you're a very good helper. Thank you.
I love it. So we're gonna do things a little differently today. We're gonna go for 2 different breaks, but this one's for 5 minutes or so I can rearrange the screens. So if anybody needs to go for a 5-minute break, feel free, because we're having our other player show up who got the time wrong tonight, and she's behind this wall. So we will rearrange the screens and everything, and bathroom break time if you need it. Be back soon. We're not going to be on mute though, so just let you guys know. We'll still be broadcasting, but so yeah, don't talk shit about me. Transition.
Oh my god, could you believe what Greg said about the pickles?
Let's see here. I love pickles.
Yeah, he was like, I love pickles. And that's when it just, like, clicked for me. Maybe I should love pickles too.
Actually, you guys let me know when you can hear her talking and everything too, and we will go on mute here because I don't know if she's gonna be right away or not. She's on her way in though, so yeah, it could be 5 more minutes still. So who knows? So I'm gonna put it on mute so you guys can talk if you want to. You let me know when she's. I'll see it. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Nope. Now, hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are back with our full gang of creatures, characters, and whatnot, and hopefuls. Let's just call them hopefuls, because they still have some hope. And so these guys have heard a click in behind the wall now in the fireplace here. And that click comes as Helke, you are waking up after passing out in this elevator. You're separated from your companions. You were like just following down. The one who's in the back of the line, the safe one in the marching order. As the heavy barbarian stepped off the pressure plate, though, in front of you, the elevator trap went off, and you soared up 3 stories. The gas went off, 4 stories, 4.5. But it's a story being anywhere from 30 to 50 feet. So this elevator carried you quite a few feet up in the air. I think it was 190 feet or something total travel that you just did. So it was quite a ways. And in that time, you succumbed to the gas with a nat 1, and and you just feel as hairy legs pull you from the elevator. Your half unconscious form gets dragged in from the elevator. You hear a click on your ankle as this chain is put on, and a spider-like creature of some kind climbs up into the ceiling space here and disappears into the darkness. There is a light flickering through the wall, through a doorway that's slightly open here, that's like a faux door. And you can see that there is some kind of a fire on the other side of it that seems to be illuminating this room a little bit dimly as well. There is a chain on this thing. It is like a reel, so it's almost like you're on a rope now, but it's a chain rope.
Love that.
There's a bunch of tools and items that do cutting on this table, and more chains and things in this toolbox on the other side of the room.
I would just like it noted for flavor that when I get dragged by someone, I half consciously go, "Not right now, Vanny," and then eventually start to come to a little bit more as the shackle is put in place around my ankle, and it's that thing of like the slow wake up and then the where you sort of realize something's wrong.
And as you do that, you lock eyes with this creature with 6 eyes. It's like a humanoid boy with 6 eyes and spider-like arms coming out of his back, and he's like, and he just jets off into the into the ceiling space and into another room and around the corner kind of thing.
Helke, thanks for a second. And then she smooths your hair back and sits up and says, I'm sorry, little child thing. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you the one who gave me this very lovely bracelet? And I lean down and touch the, rattle the chain on my ankle.
There is no response from the ceiling of blackness.
How high?
It's like a.
Does it look?
It's like you're getting the idea from the speech that you just did. It's like a 12-foot, ceiling.
Okay.
Here. It's maybe 15 at the most. You can hear a definite whistle of wind outside. There's exterior walls towards this side of the room somewhere.
Okay, I know this is a long shot, but Helke doesn't know where she is. And she's alone. So I'm just gonna fire off like subtly a bunch of messages in like a bunch of directions to Wenny, and just be like, if you can hear me, I am pretty sure I'm being held captive by a sort of spider hybrid little creature. Venny, are you there?
And sadly, you do not hear anything in return. You don't know how long you've been passed out for necessarily either. Last thing you remember was being passed out, and then the first thing you remember is being dragged off this elevator and locked up. But you were passed out for who knows how long.
Can I see the spider creature from where I'm lying? Or no? Is it like too dark up there?
It skitters away. It's scared of you being awake, and there is no answer at all or inkling that it's here still.
Is there give on this chain? Like, is it, it's on a reel, so can I like unspool some of it?
Yeah, you are totally like on a chain that has your own crank to get closer to the elevator.
Okay. I'm going to take a peek over here and see if I can see anything without like opening the door any further or like changing anything. I just want to see if I can see anything through that crack.
Yeah, well, you can see there's another door, and this is like an intermediary room in between two rooms. And you can also see a whole bunch of runes and things on the walls in this area and everything.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this table here looks like it's made of wood. Is that correct?
That is, yeah.
Could I... Hang on, I need to check on something.
There are crude instruments of torture there.
Flame like. That's not really helpful. Basically, I just want to see if there's a way that I can break the supports for the reel so that the reel can't be used. Like, I don't want to be reeled back in unexpectedly.
There's a table and a winch.
Oh, I see.
And you're attached to the winch in the room, yeah.
Okay.
You got like
I was thinking
100-foot chain or something on you. But you're a, you're not just a commoner.
Yeah.
You have ways to get out of a chain that Spider Boy might have been more intuitive than you know.
Let's see.
So on the other side of the room, while you are thinking about what to do as you wake up, Crim and Gultheki, you guys would both have heard I'm gonna like backtrack that you didn't hear the whole elevator, the chain moving and everything, like the whole elevator coming up, but you heard the mechanism of the door of this elevator being opened. Some stone slab was still moving back there, chains and gears were still moving around and stuff, but it wasn't like coming up from the bottom. It's just opening up here.
Is there somebody there? Hello?
Can I hear that?
Give me a perception check. And,
Gultheki's just kind of frozen in place. Looks like a small tree has fallen over in this room and just been left for 10 years.
That's a hot 10 from me.
Okay, so you hear a voice, but you don't have any idea where it's coming from. You hear hello.
I don't think Helke would blindly trust a voice she couldn't see, but she also doesn't have a lot of options right now, so I'm gonna look up at the ceiling again and say, is that you, little spider? Why don't you come down and we can talk face to face?
No, it's me, Crim. I mean, Nightwing.
I'm sorry? Crim, aka Nightwing? I don't believe that we are acquainted. Are you some sort of specter or something?
I am the specter of Barovia. I am the wings of the night. I am the shadow unseen. I am Nightwing. And then I'm going to use Shadow Step to appear in front of her. Ah! Ah!
Okay.
Unexpected Darkwing Duck.
Ah!
Seeing that there is just enough of a shadow being created on either side of this fire, you take advantage of it and step through the place where
Took advantage of the fire.
step through the place where you can see on the other side of the wall. It's not that really well hidden secret room, but it's, if you didn't know that there you could walk through the fire to get there, then you wouldn't necessarily do that. So as you walk through, you guys bump into each other, like seeing each other in this center room here.
Okay, so you don't just appear in front of, like, right in front of me. Or are you like, how, okay. But I can see through the door.
No, Crim appears awkwardly too close and then has to take a few steps back and then does their introduction.
I was gonna say, if you appear awkwardly too close, Helke 10,000% is gonna cast a spell at you, like, right there.
What do you do? Do it.
Do it.
Just chill touch. Like, let me, hold on. Target, boop, boop.
Boop.
No?
Did you?
Oh, sorry.
Did you go
Yeah.
boop?
I do out loud now. Do you like my sound effects? There we go.
Chill touch is boop.
Yeah, boop. Did it work? Haha, attack.
That'll do it.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Normal. So he goes, shit! And just, like, slaps, but it's, like, with a very cold hand that does some damage. Falls backwards. I'm sorry. I was asleep.
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry. I have a little introduction I was going to do. Okay, I do that. And now we're back where we were.
Okay.
I have druid crafted out the fire and attempted to follow, having heard him appear on the other side.
Okay.
Are you a prisoner here or do you want to be here?
I'm going to be honest, it is not my favorite place I've ever taken a vacation. Do you think you could, again, I could, heal you perhaps in a moment, so if you would be so kind as to help me get this chain off of my ankle. Also, I should let you know, and I message whoever I can see so that I don't have to say it out loud, but there's some kind of a spider child sort of in the ceiling somewhere. He's the one who put this on me, but he
I
seems
love
pretty
spiders.
shy. So,
They're delicious.
perhaps a bit large to eat, although I suppose if you cooked it right you could, but he seems more shy than anything, so...
with some seasoning, he'll probably taste fine. I'll get those chains off. And I punch the chains off.
You hear, like, fuck no, from the corner of the room, and then you hear, like, a skittering sound, and the spider creature is gone for good.
Okay.
He was thinking about, introducing himself to the nice-sounding Helke, but Crim started talking about salt and pepper. Spices.
How did you end up here?
Well, I was with a friend of mine, and we met some very interesting characters on the road, and they were coming here, so we came to help them. I should probably ask before you commit to helping me. You don't serve the Baron or anything, do you? Because that might be a little bit of a conflict for us if that is the case.
Oh no, I serve the old ones. The ones that were here long before anything else. I don't know their names. I would tell you if I did. But they're like crystals, and I saw them when I died.
Oh, you've also died. I
Yeah.
died too one time.
You have?
Yeah. The Grey Lady brought me back to life. It was crazy.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, we have so much in common. Okay.
Yes, yes. We all died. We need to go.
Oh,
Oh, there's another one. I come a little closer over here so I can see.
yes. There's also a plant. It is not the bathroom. It is a plant.
I don't tend to mistake the two, but I will make sure to take note of the distinction.
I guess only a silly person would mistake him for the restroom. So not I would do not that. Me no.
Can I roll perception to see if I can tell that this creature sounds like they're absolutely lying?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can give an insight, I guess, to Crim's inner thoughts.
That's a 2. So yeah,
Crim
I
is
do
an
better.
enigma.
By do better, I mean roll lower.
Oh,
That's a 19.
A nat 20 for a 19.
yeah, that seems like a very unusual mistake to make. So I don't know.
I mean,
You don't seem the type, certainly.
silly had to make a mistake. I got you out. Okay, we go now.
Okay, yes. Crim and
Nightwing.
I'm sorry, Nightwing. My name is Helke. Did you happen
That's
to
nice.
see a gnome wandering around anywhere?
I have
I'm
not.
afraid I've been separated.
Wait, let me check. I opened the bag of holding. Is there a gnome in there?
There is no gnome. It is an empty
I
bag
know,
of
I-
holding.
This bag eats people? And I checked for your gnome. There is no gnome.
Thank you for checking. Yes, we could make our way now. Do you know where we are? I was in an elevator, but it wasn't an elevator when I first got into it. It was just a room, and then it became an elevator afterward.
Well, I mean, elevators are rooms.
I suppose. I mean, they are, but
I don't know
it
much
was a
about elevators.
non-elevator room.
I fly a lot.
I do not
Okay.
fly with such Okay, yes. I have a feeling we could talk for a long time. I'm sorry, I just stood right on you.
Let's talk and walk. Talk and walk. I have
Yes.
friends upstairs. Strahd glamored them, and now they are under his thrall. I want to go see if I can save them.
You can do nothing now. We must go.
You're such nanny poo-poo, bad cloud. Why you say these things?
I have experienced not even Strahd's glamour, but the glamour of one close to him, and I have to say, I don't think that there is an easy solution for that. It may be best to sort of regroup outside of his home.
You want
attack
us as
again.
dead? We'd be dead. Besides, I'm Nightwing. I can't die. I've already been dead. And you have too, so you're okay.
Yes, I have been dead. I thought I was dead just now until I woke up, if we're being honest, but all right, yes.
Who says you're not? Who says you're not going to meet the Grey Lady?
It seems more and more likely that I might actually be dead the longer I am here, I must confess.
Crim creates an illusion of the Grey Lady behind her. There she is.
Can I tell this is an illusion?
It's a DC 13 to save against it if you investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, give an investigation check, as you. I would say also you might see Crim doing that too. I don't know if it's a verbal or.
Okay.
I think it's somatic.
So-
Oh yeah, Crim casts a spell right in front of you. By the
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
She is
Could
a
I roll with
spellcaster.
advantage in that case?
Yeah, you can have advantage on it.
Okay, thanks, because that was not good.
Still not good. So
That
there
was
is a,
worse!
There's a great lady in front of you, as far as you're concerned.
No, behind
Rolls
you.
are epic tonight.
These guys are terrible. Except for Crim.
Helke blanches. Like, just goes totally white when she sees the Grey Lady.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. And Crim put their claws to the. I'm so sorry.
illusion.
I made it.
That was very impressive. You are a very skilled magic user. Perhaps we could talk somewhere that is not this secret elevator shaft.
Okay. We're talking and walking. Walking and
Yes.
talking. Going upstairs.
Somewhere
Yes. Going to get my
far from
friends.
here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're still chained up, Helke.
I thought he
Punch the
said
chains
he
off.
punched the chains off.
Oh, I didn't hear the pun. Okay, Crim punched the chains off. So you have a chain tied to your foot still, giving you a disadvantage on stealth checks. But Crim has punched through the chain.
How could I potentially like wiggle my foot out if I took my boot off and just have the chain be attached to my boot?
It's possible.
What would that be? How can I roll for that? Dexterity?
Light a foot.
As you're figuring that out, from the other room, our elven, pale elven guy is watching all of this through the fireplace, which is now dispelled. I just don't have a way to turn off the fire here. It is a clear view now without the fire there.
There's another one in the. Oh, what the matters? I forgot. Is he here?
Here, I'll bring you guys back so you can see. As you walk through the empty fireplace, the illusionary fire now. It was both an illusion and a real fire. So, Gultheki
Is it an illusion
would have
then?
burned if you didn't put out the real fire as well as realize that it's an illusion. So yeah, you guys walk out safely. Helke, you're trying to take this boot off, and you see this pale elf staring at you through the doorway of this other room.
Hello? To Crim, and I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself to you yet. I look at this companion here. Is he with you? And I point to the elf.
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone, Helke Monhide, acolyte of the Grey Lady, trapped in an elevator until very recently. Have any of you seen a gnome? I mean, not like ever, but like recently.
Did I see her with the gnome at all?
You would have seen her enter the castle with Midnight and the gnome and the barbarian 1 day ago. Midnight left the castle 1 day ago and came back like the next day, less than 24 hours later, and entered the castle again with this woman and a gnome.
Yeah, the last
Right.
if the last time I saw them was together, then I just wouldn't say anything. But as I hear her clanking around, if she's not able to slide this thing out, then I'll just attempt to pick the lock.
Okay. So you're sitting there trying to get your boot off, and all of a sudden these branches, tendrils comes growing towards you and into the lock, and you hear a pop.
Thank you. I am in your debt. I didn't get your name.
You can call me Gultheki.
Gultheki, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well.
This is so awkward.
Do you know the way out of this castle? I think my friend would have tried to leave. I think perhaps he's one of the only people who could leave on his own.
Your friend was the gnome?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, two of my friends went upstairs. Maybe they are up there as well?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know even how long I was in that room that was once an elevator and also was not. If that is the quest that you are on, then I will absolutely. I owe you a debt of gratitude for freeing me from what could have otherwise been a very inestimable fate.
I was a statue
You were a statue?
for a little bit. So I can sympathize with that feeling. Okay, we go.
I waved to the elf, just like a hi. Which way?
You do not go that way.
Do you say anything as you see this creature walking out of the fire? And saying hi to you and all that? Oh, you're muted. If you are saying anything.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that.
I
Oh, the
was
fire's
wondering why you
gone,
were
right?
quiet for a while there, but
Oh yeah, I totally thought I'd said like 3 or 4 things. That's awesome. So, anywho, sorry about that. So the fire's gone, right?
the fire is still there, but it's an illusion now.
Oh, okay.
Like they walked through it unharmed.
What's my charm situation? Where am I at mental whammy wise?
Like I said, like as long as you're not doing anything that's opposed to the woman that wants to just basically have you naked in bed all the time. You know, if she shows up, then you'd be like a little re-whammied again. But without her around right now, like nothing that is happening is like, you know, against your will or anything like that. You know what I mean? You are yourself.
Like, do I want to like GT the FO? Can I get my shit and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, you're feeling that way more so now that she's left the area as well. Yeah.
I was paralyzed in the room next to them all day. I heard screaming and moaning. He must have been tortured relentlessly.
Yes, that sounds relentless.
They both treated me quite harshly. I don't mind telling you. There was a good deal of nibbling and napping on it. It was very unpleasant. I don't want to go too deeply into it, but yes, I would not be opposed at all to getting out of here. If you all have a second, I would like to put on my armor and get my my things, and I think perhaps we could. The discretion could be the better part of valor here.
Okay, I will look for the pig.
I don't know what that is, but yes, definitely do.
Pig. I heard a bunch of squealing yesterday.
Oh, dear.
Oh, of course. Yes, there definitely was an animal in here. Yes, that was certainly the source of those noises you heard.
I don't see an animal in here.
I think it probably escaped. Yes, it probably went out onto the battlements and then went over through the catwalks, and then yes, I saw it go. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
It flew.
All right.
But
I will hide our path. And while you're getting ready, I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Fantastic.
So is Voin able to get all of his shit together?
Yeah.
Physically, but not personally.
Physically, but
Well,
maybe
no.
not emotionally.
He's going to be
yet.
damaged for a long time. Yes, definitely. But the physical stuff he'd like to get on, you know.
You're still, when you think back to her, she feels like the one that got away right now.
Relatable.
The sister not so much, or the other bride, you know, but the one that charmed you, in specifically, she's the one that and give me a insight check, Helke.
Okay. Please be better. Please be better. Please be better. That's
I'll
better.
tell you right now, she can lick the blood out of a fellow's palm better than anybody I've ever met.
Ah.
It's a
was
weird
that kind of pig.
qualification for good. Maybe I should practice that.
This is sort of reminding you of the talk that, like the way that Wenny talked about that other girl that he's been, missing for a while now.
I think to this elf, whose name I have not received yet, I don't think. I say, I think that it's.
So sorry. My name is Voin Sidonis. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, Helke Mondheit, Voin. I think that my friend might have encountered the same animal that you have encountered.
Oh no, she wasn't an animal. She was a very, very lovely girl. Actually, my whole life I had always dreamed of meeting someone with those qualities like she possessed. Wonderful,
Yes.
truly wonderful.
That sounds right.
In fact, I probably should go back and wait for her, shouldn't I? This is a little bit too sudden, me joining up with all of you. Maybe I should go out onto the balcony and call out her name.
Imagine, though, how surprised and pleased she would be if you went to find her instead.
Oh, that is an interesting point. And he kind of like cups his hand up and he starts talking to it and says, Sailor, what do you think? Should I go with these nice folks or should I wait for my darling? What do you think? And he kind of cocks his ear up and listens to it for a second. Oh yes. Well, you know best. You know best. Thank you. And he drops his hand. Yes, Sailor thinks I should go with you all, so I'm pleased to do so.
Hooray!
And,
I'm going to go with bird person and plant person, and I'm so sorry, Helke. You are the only.
Yes.
You have your own name, which isn't just
I
a
do.
thing that you are. So I like that. So bird person, plant person, and Helke. I love it.
You are the one reducing us into objects. We all have names. Elf.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Nightwing and Gultheki.
It's go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Well, that's his name.
Helke laughs. It's a joke that reminds her of Wenny.
Gultheki, right about now you are wondering what the heck this ancient monk has sent
Can
you.
we please get out
into.
of this room?
And that's the
Yes, I
first
would
thing that
love to
anybody
leave.
said that's made any sense to you lately. So,
Yes,
knowing
I've got all my things. What are we waiting around for? Let's get out.
I don't
of here.
know.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Yes,
I
let's go.
don't know.
Come on now.
I don't know which door to go through. I don't know even how you got into this room. So
I don't
please,
know either.
somebody-
I'm leaving, but I'm going up direction.
No, don't go that direction. We should go out the window.
Okay.
I came from that direction. You don't want to go that way. We won't make it very far.
My friends are up there.
We can still get up without going through the door. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Worse
I'm
things than a
outside.
statue
And I
Come.
fly up.
that way.
let
So-
us go.
what precisely are you going in through the bedroom?
Yeah, through whatever window we
bedroom.
saw.
There's a balcony window
Out onto
outside
the balcony?
the bedroom here. There's another door to the south here. Voin, you would know that this door leads to a bathroom through this passageway. Down this way, there, in like the other way through the library study room here, goes to a dining room. And this is sort of like a middle section in between the two towers of the thing, right? The high tower and the really high tower.
Before we follow everyone out of the room, I go to Nightwing. And they say, I know what it is to be separated from people you care about. I will help you find your friends. But perhaps in this moment, we go with these two.
Bird nuzzle.
Oh, okay. Hello. And walks toward the window.
Okay.
Is this way?
Yeah, the balcony's out this way.
Should I go?
So you
Just
guys
to warn
get
you,
outside.
Gultheki, this is the place where the women they went this way. They went out through there onto the balcony.
Do I know what time it is and how long we have till midnight?
Do I know why is that exactly? Just to.
Because they said something about returning at midnight.
Oh, okay. That's returning to midnight, not at midnight.
Midnight was one of my friends.
Oh, I know Midnight. I was with Midnight. I came into the castle with her. She was
That's
with
what
my
I'm trying.
friends.
Yes.
They were not upstairs. She came and found me in the woods.
Well, I mean, she's more my friend than your friend, but.
Oh, yes, she was with my friend. Yeah.
Oh, you know, she's upstairs. She went up there with Strahd and Irina.
Just now?
Yes, yesterday. I think it was a statue.
I've been asleep for I don't know how long, so this is a bit of the blind leading the blind situation at the moment, I think.
It was before she came back with you.
So she is no longer upstairs.
Well, we are super sneaky. I got to pass without a trace. But we are leaving.
If we are lucky, that will get us outside the walls.
Okay, we do that then.
So as you guys pass the trace, you can give me some stealth checks as you leave the castle, and you can decide which way you want to go. Are you looking to just scale the wall and scale over, and because the drawbridge is closed right now, so you're gonna need to be a little creative.
Got a 35 for myself.
Okay.
I got a 20.
That advantage?
It's you get to add 10 to
Plus
your
10.
stealth roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was 18 plus 7 plus 10.
That will be 12 plus 10 is 22.
The 20, 22, 22, 24, and Crim got like a 35. He said, "That's insane."
Yes.
35 leading the way, but the lowest roll of 20. That's pretty awesome. So, Voin, it makes sense that you are the least stealthy, as you are looking back over your shoulder to maybe get one last glimpse of her. Constantly, and you guys see werewolves moving around, looking for intruders, looking for anybody moving around near the gate and stuff like that. It seems like they're not really on high alert right now, but they're just lazily walking around in the rain. Kind of annoyed that they have to be in the rain right now, but that's their job. They're watching for something.
Yeah, suck at werewolves.
Make me perception checks too, if you want. As you guys
I
are
would love to.
creeping through. How do you want to get across the bridge? I'm just going to copy everybody's tokens and bring them all inside.
I am going to fly, and I can carry one person at a time.
Helke just has no idea what the fuck is going on right now. She just woke up.
I don't know either. We're just leaving
So
my
you
friends
guys-
behind.
You guys are... Well, I mean, you don't have to leave the castle if you don't want to, but if you want to, there is a way to get...
I don't have a boat. I just
Midnight
have
got out of the castle. I met her outside of the castle. She was coming back for you. She is
Now
safe.
she's trapped trying to find me, and I go back and I get trapped trying to find her, and then she gets out and
Isn't
gotta
that
break
the way
that
it
cycle.
goes?
Yes. Okay. I trust they are more powerful than me. They will be able to get out.
They are with Venny. He will do what he can to get them out alive, and he is very good at getting out of places alive that he should not get out of alive, if we are being honest.
Okay. I carry you over the drawbridge now? Yes?
That would be great. I don't think I have another way to get across.
Okay.
Thank you, Nightwing.
Okay. So as Nightwing does dive bomb rounds, bringing everybody across, I'm gonna get one more stealth check from Crim, and one from everybody else too, just to make sure that you get out without any
27.
chase.
Or no, wait. 32 if I am adding plus 10. No, 22. Wait.
27.
24.
Yeah, 32. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, nobody messed up. So everything goes according to plan. You guys land on this side and are free to run away from the castle or to regroup or whatever you want to do. As the rains pour down on you, the wind hits you, you realize there is a timeline to things, Gultheki. And you realize that these people don't seem to realize how much urgency there is in the next little bit of time here. That a lot of things could go wrong if certain things are ignored for too much longer.
It took me too long to get them out of the castle. I will bite my tongue until we are far, far away, and then I will go from there. As long as we're moving away from the castle, I will attempt to lead everybody westward, as far as they'll follow.
Oops.
So do you guys want to
long-
follow this walking tree? It seems
Where
to.
did you go?
Yeah.
As you're
there.
barreling down this road, there's a tree that's just kind of walking away, and it's beckoning. For
Oh,
everybody
no
to
road.
follow.
No road. We're going off-road for this.
Helke trips a little bit because her boots were not made for like roughing it.
For walking.
Yeah. They were not made for walking. She's wearing her non-walking boots.
These boots are made for
We're not
non-walking.
walking.
These boots aren't made for walking.
That's not what they do.
Okay.
So,
Follow my
we-
ass in front of you.
As we make our retreat, the magic of Pass Without a Trace disguises all of our footsteps, concealing us as we move.
You are able to avoid all detection from the werewolf patrols, and you feel like you're safely away from the castle at this point. It becomes a silhouette on the hilltop, and you have passed down the road an hour away from the castle at this point. Feeling like you have a minute to maybe just to catch your breath. Go over what just happened to everybody and everything.
I don't like the rain.
It is not my favorite.
Do we find a cave or something to hide in?
You have a muddy path all the way down this hill. Crim, you've traveled this road before. You know that it's like a couple-hour journey to get to Vallaki from here if it's like not raining and everything. And it doesn't seem to be raining as badly down the hill for some reason. It's a little bit nicer weather when you get down to the bottom of the path here, where it splits off. So you have a choice as you. Obviously, you're not using the actual road with Gultheki leading the way, but it's still the same direction, somewhat. And as you reach that clearing where you kind of get your bearings, you realize that you're somewhere near the River Ilvis Bridge, southwest of the castle. There are a few places near the river, maybe to camp. There's a place like it's Barovia. Camping outside kind of sucks, but you've done it before.
Voin will periodically use prestidigitation to keep everybody dry. So it's kind of like prestidigitate, each person, every once in a while, just to kind of, as like we kind of get wet to, dry everybody off, warm them up a little bit.
I'm wet again.
Sorry. I was going to make a rude joke, but Venny is not here to laugh with me. I have to say, I thought my days of sleeping on the street were behind me, but here we are. Yes, your friend Midnight. I met her on the road. She was looking for someone to help her infiltrate the castle to save her friends. She was not upstairs being tortured. She had escaped from that somehow. It seems. I can't.
If they are safe, then I am happy.
She was the only one I met.
They don't know what to say. It is a rainy day. Here in Barovia, we walk all night. But that's all right.
And so you've passed without a trace into the bushes, and you're about to take your, if you wanted to take a rest, you can. It's now a place where you could build a fire if you wanted to. You could do, whatever you want. You can haul ass if you want to, but there's only one of you that has any kind of reason to.
Haul ass to where?
Exactly.
I don't know what to do with myself. My friends are okay. I have the books that I need to go home and be a person. I'm happy.
Where's your home?
Yeah.
It is a
Here in Barovia?
It is a floating island in an endless sky, guarded by the winds themselves.
When you say be a person, do you just mean not a statue?
No, I mean, in the monastery, if you do not bring an unspoken truth or unknown knowledge, then you are not considered a person. You cannot have a family. You cannot be part of the temple. But I can do that now.
But I don't want to ask. That would be rude. I still have to find my friend. I can't leave him here. And I wouldn't know how to get out anyway. Short of...
I was given to understand that no one can leave Barovia, not until the sun shines again.
Well, I can work on part of that. I can do the sun thing, but it's not getting us out.
You can make the sun shine here in Barovia?
Not forever, but for a little while, yes.
No, the Dawnfather has told me that the clouds will part and the sun will shine again here on this land. Forever, it will be as a world is supposed to be. And then people will be able to come and go as they wish.
So all we do is wait.
You will always be a part of a different temple. And through it, you can learn how to cast the sun here once more.
I know. The other temple? Are you talking about the ones in Amber?
No.
Oh. Then you are talking about what?
I'm talking about the ancients that spoke to you in your death.
They were the ones
and
in
the temple
Amber
that they created.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones in Amber. I've been wanting to pay them a visit.
I also have reason to seek the Amber Temple.
What is this Amber Temple? I've never heard of it before.
It's very nice. The people give you powers there. It's
I
made
imagine
out
right
of...
now that it's a good moment where Crim looks at you and Like, optimistically, with no eyes.
Yeah, a spider crawls out of their eye socket. It's nice.
Before you seek the Ember Temple, we must visit the shrines.
I mean, it's not hard to find. You just die. I could do that right now.
I don't think you understand what it is that you need to do.
I know
You
that
told
we
me. Go to the Amber Temple. I went there once before by dying,
No.
so I killed myself.
Told you you were a part of a temple. Not this physical place you talk about, but something beyond that. Something greater than even the home you seek.
I
Do you
know
understand this mission, Gultheki? You're a person made out of plants of some sort. Does the sunlight call to you as it does to me?
I yearn for the sunlight that I've never seen, but I don't know why.
Yes, of course.
The feeling.
I can sense you're a kindred spirit. And Voin kind of like grabs a hold of Gultheki and like sort of tries to give him an awkward hug. And he like holds up his palm. He holds up his palm. He says, Selah, this one understands what we do here. He understands our mission for the Dawn Father. He understands we need to bring back the sun.
To restore the balance, the natural order.
Yes, of course. Night and day, dawn, sunset, all the things that should be.
And the great twilight as it is meant. I look at Crim and say, though we are newly friends, I would miss you if you died. Perhaps you could wait on that for a little while?
Oh, okay. I mean, you could die too. We could go together.
It's very hard for me to stay dead.
Good.
Good. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name again. Gultheki? That's correct?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So we need to... You say if we visit these shrines, we could bring the sunlight back, which would perhaps aid many of our friends in their quest to undo the damage that has been wrought by the Baron during his long, unnatural reign.
Visiting the shrines is the first step.
Okay.
It is a long journey.
And it is these old ones who told you this?
Do you have your gem, Bear?
I have a gym.
Yes. Where is it?
Here.
And Crim regurgitates up a softball-sized, almost a baseball-sized gem, inside of which lights flicker and glimmer. This is a gem that you have not seen in centuries. You haven't seen one of these things maybe since you remember being alive.
I expect I have never seen this one at all, but do I recognize it? Would I know which one?
Well, it's hard to tell which one is which, or you just know that this is carrying that magic that's drawing you here, drawing you to Crim.
Okay. Have you focused on this gem before?
Yes. That is why I ate it.
Will you focus on it again?
Okay.
Give it your energy. Open yourself up to understand.
I haven't eaten in a while. I'm very hungry. I was a statue for a day, and I'm starving.
Good point.
Do I have any food on me?
There might be some cured tiger meat.
Not
Oh,
saying we
yeah.
should have, but there was a delicious spider back in the castle. Could have eaten that.
I have. Don't ask me how I came by it, but I have this, and I produced the tiger meat.
It's got.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
no,
know how good
that's
it
our
is.
tiger friend, isn't it?
It's got a fur
What was
chunk
his name?
with a color of fur that reminds you very, very much of Gerald, the one-toothed saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, that I did not know his name, but the others were fond of the cat. I did not like the cat. Okay. Nom, nom, nom. We'll sit down. Yeah, eats it like a buzzard. Okay, I focus now.
So as you focus in on this gem, and Gultheki sees like this is making this bird concentrate seems to be a more difficult task than you'd originally assumed it might be, and seeing as he's like taking this ancient quest, and he's like, but wait, I'm hungry, you know, and so while he's eating this tiger meat, Gultheki, you are just staring at him in her in wonder in a way, and so as you focus on this gem again, Crim, hearing put your essence into it and all that, and having a nice full meal, you decide to just give it a shot or whatever, to like put a little bit of oomph into it, like that you normally would like throw behind a punch, or that you would that oomph that you would go a little faster than usual. You try to just throw that little concentration in there, and using up one of your key points, the gem is now attuned to you, and in doing so, the gem vibrates in your hand, and out in front of you guys materializes a spirit. The spirit of a monk in robes appears in front of you. And I was going to have a picture pop up at the same time, but anyways. He appears in front of you, and he's basically a bald-headed monk with a bit of a goatee to him, a stoic look. He's in ancient brown and orangey robes, green and very neutral colors that are all very natural, like fall and spring, the colors of the land and everything. Some blue threads that wrap around and so it's
It is a ghost. We are under attack.
I hate ghosts.
It appears very stoically in front of you, and it opens its eyes and says, Finally, I have waited long enough to make myself impatient. Thank you.
Put him in the bag of holding.
You put the gem in the bag of holding?
No, I put the ghost in the bag of holding.
Your fingers pass through it.
And I take the bag, open it up, and go, boom, and then tie it off.
He moves out of the way before you can do that, and
I'm super quick.
Ethereal.
We've already established.
Super duper quick, I believe it was.
Yeah, super duper quick.
What's the technical term?
I suppose you can try, but he's a ghostly figure that does not go in to the material plain bag that you are holding in your hands. and it passes through him like a ghost.
Fire can't go
unable
through
to-
walls, stupid. It's not a ghost.
That's true.
It's a 4 to put the ghost in the bag.
I'll say that the ghost does not go into a bag. It's not there. The ghost is appearing to you now. Very wispy figure that's not not actually material there, right? You can't interact with it other than just hearing it right
He's
now.
too powerful. I can't stop him.
He's actually able to appear in front of you now, though. Whereas before, this same figure, you remember, Crim, is the one that tried to speak to you in your dreams. It's the one that's been trying to, for months or for weeks or whatever, that you've been in Barovia now, trying to reach out to you with like hints that, you know, there might be something going on here. And
Told you, I already have auto insurance. My car's extended warranty is fine.
I thought he looked like a gecko.
and so yeah,
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
so Kavan
She
says,
sounds hideous.
Kavan just loses his stoicism. Would you take this seriously for a moment? What is wrong with this? Gultheki, I was...
Doseki.
Dosekis. Gultheki. I was told that you would be... I apologize that, you know, from what I divined about this monk, I assumed that we would have a chance to turn the tides. It might be more difficult than I had originally anticipated. Hopefully...
You will teach him. He craves a place, a purpose. I sense it.
She does.
And spiders. He also craves spiders.
Thank you,
Who is him?
wise cleric. Thank you.
Bird person also craves spiders.
I have been watching over you, Crim, for quite some time now. You are the only one I have been able to make a connection with, albeit a weak one, in far too long now.
I would
Ever
say
since-
it's very weak.
Ever since I was awakened by the movement of the gems, the spirits are stirring. We don't have much
Why
time
have you?
right now.
Why have you stalked me, old man?
Because this realm and the order of monks that once roamed free in this land are at an end now. And if we do not use our last surge of energy, of will, to try to fight back the darkness, I fear it will be lost forever.
I cast divination. Kevin, show him what will happen if we do not, to his friend, should we not go to Yester Hill immediately?
Okay. So I have to give you like a truthful answer in like
Uh,
a cryptic way.
answer or omen or yeah, something.
Okay. Kavan will thank you, Gultheki. Perhaps, Crim, if you see this, you will understand. And he shows you all a vision of what is happening right now at Yester Hill. And the were-ravens, like the druids that you had fought in the forest, are gathered all around this. There we go. This one, all around this giant hill, and you see fires, chanting going on as you get closer and closer in this vision to this top of the tree, or the top of the mountain here. You see that there is a creature being built with the druids, they are placing sticks and prayers, and they are putting pieces of vine blights together, and like constructing this man-like figure next to this druidic circle on the hill here. The ritual seems to be in like something that's
like
ongoing.
Is this like a hologram or like an illusion out in front, like showing this?
It's like, yeah, like he's showing you this in front of you right now, like giving you a ghostly image of this as well. Yeah, there you go.
Do we all see it or just Crim?
Yeah.
Everybody sees this. Yeah, everybody sees this as he is given Kavan the ability to,
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. We need to do something at once.
And say, Crim, the gems that we guard as the Order of the Fae have fallen into your hands now. And as a monk, you are able to communicate with us and use our last vestiges of power to fight against Strahd and the darkness ahead of you. You realize that you will not be able to leave these lands, go back to your people, until he is defeated.
I know this story. My people spoke of it. There's one named Stephen. He had his own universe. He was a gym guardian.
The old tales.
Yes, they're true. They're true. This is terrible. We need to do something at once. And Crim will pull for an aside with a Helke.
Yes.
I am actually totally blind, and I can't see anything that they're casting. So if you could just tell me what.
In a message, so that like I don't have to like say it out loud to them, like I will like explain. There is a circle of droids. They look like they are building some sort of vicar man, like a big man out of sticks.
It sounds fun.
But very big, and I'm getting a vibe. Am I getting a vibe off this vision that the droids are like bad news? Because I haven't met them personally.
One thing you would notice is that the tattoos on Kavan, tattoos you see on his skin, on his head here and there, some of them are very similar to Rosa's.
Oh.
As far as the druids go, there are. What was the original question there? Sorry.
Can I tell if they seem like bad news? If they seem like this is like they're not
definitely.
Building this to go like kill Strahd, basically.
News. It's bad news.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah. They're not doing a Burning Man.
It is a Burning Man, but not burning it. They're trying to raise some kind of giant creature from inanimation to life.
Okay.
Now, would we have seen the blights or dryads or whatever that she would be describing to him as well, that he seems to already dislike?
Yeah, you guys all see this whole scene play out in front of you, except Crim. Yeah. It starts to blur at about the 60-foot range for you. So.
Yeah, it is a circle of druids. They are building what looks to be a giant bipedal creature of some sort. I get the feeling, I get a vibe, a very strong vibe that they are up to no good. And the monk that came out of the magic rock that you threw up has some of the same tattoos as a friend of mine who met up with Midnight and my other friend, who I was separated from in the castle. So.
Why does a creature need pedals?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bipedal is a word that means it walks with 2 feet instead of like 4 or 6.
Okay. Well, I better put this back for safekeeping.
And
I can't
Kavan
fault that vault.
Kavan disappears, and you hear, "What? Why was?" And the spirit disappears back into the gem.
Oh, that's how you do it.
You missed the outcome for your friend, but hopefully you understand the urgency.
Yeah.
I have 4 years left to live. I understand the urgency.
And if we go and address this now, we could perhaps change things. Is the gist I was getting? Is that correct? I ask Gultheki.
We must visit each of the shrines, but this one must be the first step.
Okay.
From there,
Okay.
the path will be revealed to Crim.
Star Wars wipe to the next shrine.
Helke stands up and goes, I feel like burning some shit to the ground. And it's just like...
Okay, we go.
Excellent. So as you guys decide to hit the road again, you do have most of you have been resting somewhat over the last 24 hours, so it's kind of like you have a full rest in a way, except for like the divination spell you just cast kind of thing. You know, you can take a short rest here as you regroup with you if you want, and then hit the road. It's gonna be a about a day's journey through with the straight as an arrow tracking skills that Gultheki has through these forests, and the way that the lands seem to pass for him. Things part out of the way. It's a really much different way to travel than you were used to traveling here on stolen horseback or wagon before, Crim. But yeah, it is a more efficient in terms of not having to go around all these switchbacks that have wasted hours and hours of traveling before.
Just every once in a while, I pause the group and you hear like the cracking of trees or something off in the distance before it disappears and we continue again.
If we're regenerating spell slots and stuff before we leave, I would like to heal Crim for the damage I did when I accidentally cast Chill Touch. I can't. Okay, I can. There's my sheet.
Yeah, feel free. Like I said, it's just
for flavor, more than anything.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Exactly.
As we travel to keep the Birdman happy, I will also attempt to forage for berries and the like. Definitely keep my eyes out for spiders and anything else I think he might like.
Nice. Give me some perception checks, both of you, and survival checks if you want instead, as you are searching for spiders in behind things maybe you shouldn't be.
Okay, hang on. I can't scroll that down.
The road continues on, and you guys get most of the way across Barovia in the course of the day.
I find so many goddamn spiders. I find every spider.
Yum yum.
All of the spiders.
Yum.
Does a nat 20 for spider finding.
Okay.
The only roll that matters.
You found like
Delicious.
this giant rock, and you move it, and it's like a piece of shale, and like there's a whole community of spiders underneath. It's like an ecosystem.
Gross.
Delicious. We call this one the spicy twister. You take a stick and swirl it around the web and just eat the whole thing.
It's like cotton candy.
It's like that scene in Shrek.
Yes. Crim finds a frog and blows it up and gives it to someone. Gives it back. Here, this is for the spiders. Thank you, Helga.
You're so welcome. I love a frog balloon.
It is the saddest looking frog balloon ever, but it is a frog on a somewhat of a string.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't float, just drags.
It's imagination that makes it float. And Barovia has got some. You've got to have a good imagination to stay happy. So
That's true.
you guys basically have this approach now where you can see sort of the hill that you're gonna have to climb in the distance, and you can see the druidic ritual happening. If there's anything that you want to do, before you try to just blindly walk up into this ritual, then now would be the time. Or if you want to plan out what you're gonna do or talk about things at all, then you can do that.
I mean,
now.
are we going up into a fight with these individuals?
What did I hear before I left? Do I know anything about the ritual, how to stop it, how long it's going to take?
You know that the druids are trying to bring about the end of all natural life and bring blight to the whole thing. They are on a mission to kill all ravens and anything like human after that, right? Like they hate everything. They hate civilization. They even hate nature as it is now. So it's like the force of blight that's being concentrated on this hill. And in order to stop it, you will need to
I can
interrupt
scout
the
the
ritual.
area ahead. So Crim casts invisibility on themselves. I blend with the shadows. Disappearing.
Okay.
And then flies up in the air. And I'm going to just look for strategic or vulnerable things about the base.
I will message you before you leave so that you can just send that back from the sky, walkie-talkie style.
All right, so Crim replies, okay.
Fuck. I guess. Bring another.
Okay.
Well, we tried.
Well, we tried.
The enthusiasm is refreshing. I will allow that.
So flying up the edge of the mountain, you would see there are these switchback paths that lead all the way up. There appear to be barbarian figures, shirtless men and women running around fire
sexy.
pits, running around fire pits mostly, doing dances and things that are with the druids but not with them. They're not hanging out at the same fires, but they're all the same. The druids are also having fires. They're all having their own sort of celebrations. A lot of little ones, as these little groups of druids and barbarians gather all around this hill. The groups
Different
of
cliques
5
is
or
what you're
6.
saying. Like the barbarians don't hang out with the
can't
druids
do
and
that.
vice versa.
Right, exactly.
There's a cool kids versus athletes versus AV club.
And there's a bit of an altar set up.
Are they at odds with each other? Would it seem like we could get them to fight one another?
It seems like they are ignoring each other somewhat, having their own separate celebrations. On, it is very much like if you went to a kegger and you see one group of people hanging out over here. Nothing wrong with hanging out over here. Nothing wrong with hanging over here, but they don't mix that often. And,
Can I roll religion to see if I know what specifically these groups worship? Because I have an idea.
Yeah, you can. What did you... 21 for spiders, yeah. 16.
Yeah.
16 for religion. You can see that some of these rituals are the type of things that you would look at as sort of foolish caveman magic, shamanic stuff that orcs would do. not civilized human magic with laws and order or whatever, chaos and whatever. This is very it is very chaotic compared to anything that you would have followed in the past.
And how far are they from me?
You guys are probably a mile away at this point, or half a mile away, kind of thing, in the bush, in the tree line, staring out. And Crim is flying over and trying invisibly to scout things from 60 feet away. As she flies, dive bombs past this area, Maverick passing over hilltops and stuff.
I was gonna try something, but I'm way too far away, so never mind.
You can do more stuff as you get closer. You see Crim getting these views of the hill. Crim, you can relate this to them if you wanted to later, but...
Mostly I just want to know, where are the, is there a particularly rowdy group of barbarians? Because it is easy to stir people who are on the edge of a frenzy into a frenzy, and I think perhaps a frenzy could work in our favor. Again,
you're a quarter mile or whatever, a half mile away from them, so you can just see
asking
groups.
Crim.
Yeah, the Crim looks for that.
Gotcha. As Crim is flying up on the top of the hill, this is what you would see when you reach the top. As you dive through, as you could only see it in glimpses. But this is the
circle of stones.
Circle of stones, circle of trees, tree man in one of them.
Okay.
Lots of stuff going on.
What can we exploit about this camp?
So there are little fire pits like this one here. There's one here. There's fire pits everywhere. A couple trees here and there. There looks to be some kind of a canyon thing here, a groove in the top of the mountain here, where around which they are doing the building this effigy in the center. No one is going over to this side where. None of the barbarians are over on this side where the Gultheki tree is. Only druids are over on this side. Barbarians are circling around this effigy here, mostly in the center section here, and doing the work to build this thing. Druids overseeing it, kind of. Barbarians sort of...
Are people afraid of the other tree?
It seems like the barbarians don't want to go near this blackened tree. And it is a blackened, twisted tree, much like your staff looks, and much like a little reminiscent of Gultheki.
In any way easily spread?
It doesn't look to be. This is a fairly wet hilltop after all the rain and everything that's been going on too. It doesn't look like a fire spread.
Crim is attuned to the staff of Ganalius, and it has two secondary features, one of which, if the staff is broken, all blights within 300 feet die. And when attuned to the staff, all blights are neutral unless attacked by the wielder.
You have a Gultheki staff.
Do I feel any resonance of the staff with anything down there?
You would notice that it is very similar to that tree, and that there are, as you're watching closer, paying attention to the staff and everything, some of those trees in that area and stuff aren't actually trees, and they are moving around, and they are tree blights, and it might... it's hard to tell with your 60 feet of vision, but it seems like while you're flying by and stuff, maybe some of them do react a little bit.
Is there a place where I'm invisible and I'm gonna find a clump of blights and I'm gonna land near them and whisper in Sylvan.
Okay.
Your masters will burn you and your tree. Your time is coming. You need to fight back now,
you see them all looking around at each other, trying to figure out what's happening, and then I'll look very confused and then go back to what they were doing, just picking up sticks and moving things slowly to the effigy.
Deny the words of the wind. You will die, and everything you are will be ash if you do not fight.
You are creeping them out, but they are confused, kind of low intelligence it seems like, and they go back after about 5 seconds of staring into nothing. They kind of look like they forget what they're doing.
I'm gonna drop my invisibility and say, I am the staff wielder.
Okay, hundreds of
You are
creatures
true
see
master.
you now. Everybody
What?
in the area looks at you. You're on the top of this hill.
Yeah, all the blights.
All the blights, but there are also druids and barbarians in this area, and they all start looking, and you hear a few of the some of the blights start waving their arms around in the air, and a few barbarians grunting, and so you appear. What do you want to do?
I tell the blights, now is the time. The wielder of the Genlea's staff orders you. Fight back for your existence, for the blood tree.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check as you are you attempting to persuade them, intimidate them?
Yeah, I'm trying to incite a riot with what are the blights? It's 16.
That's pretty good. I'll give it a blight roll. Don't think they're gonna be any better than that, so. But unless this is a high number, then yeah, no. They all stop what they're doing and turn to you and start treating you with reverence. Like, what do we do? But they don't speak.
Fight! Your doom is at hand. Your salvation is near. Fight!
And so the blights all kind of go back to putting sticks, but they all do it really enthusiastically now and pick up the pace. And they are getting ready for the fight as they bring sticks to the effigy at twice the pace now. And
Not gonna let me have that.
As
back.
the production of work has picked up, most of the barbarians that were looking at you and being like, "What's happening now?" have
I'm here. I am a motivational speaker, and I speak to the plants, a druid, if you will.
The druids there, however, I'm going to give them an insight check to see if they figure out what's going on right now.
I am apparently motivating plants to build stuff.
Well, you said fight, and they were thinking, that's what we're doing. We're getting ready
what
for the
does
fight.
even mean, really?
That's exactly it.
It raises an important ethical question.
These are the only pacifist blights in all of Barovia.
They took that in the way that they are normally talked to, in work harder now. They are slave labor at this point.
I wasn't expecting they were going to understand you at all, so I'm impressed.
Thank you. I've been taking public speaking classes.
I've done a Toastmasters course.
Toastmaster, yes. I was worried about that meeting with Strahd, so I took a astral projection course. Met some nice people,
The best way to do it.
Yeah, no commute.
Exactly. Are we supposed to hit the long rest button just before we go combat?
Yeah, you can do that.
Great. Thank you.
So Crim, you fly away from the top before the druids have any suspicion as to your.
No,
maybe
I'm
your
curious now. I'm curious because I have increased their productivity. They should like me.
Okay, they haven't.
So
they're not suspicious of you right now.
hang around.
They're just kind of like, okay, maybe there's something we don't know that's happening.
Okay, so I go. Who's in charge here? I have news of an attack that will be coming from. What direction are we going to attack from? The south.
Whichever one you told us was the most. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
I'm
be
going to
like.
tell them it's the opposite of where we're coming from.
Well, you would know that on this side of the hill, it is a wall of mist. So there's only real one way to come up this. Like,
Right.
I guess there's two ways.
There's going to be outsiders attacking from the mists. You need to send your people into it.
So, okay, give me a persuasion check as you are now definitely getting the attention of the druids who are walking up to you, and a group of druids now are interrogating you.
The nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, well, you looking as you do with sunken out, hollowed, blackened eyes, and yeah, they're not that insightful. They do have good wisdom, but they're not that insightful. And so you see them sort of readjust their defenses, adjusting to defend from. Expecting an attack from the direction of the mists now, as you hear it in some foreign language. You hear the druids chanting out, and then the trees start like the vine blights and stuff start moving out from one, like more concentrating on the side of the hill with the mist on it, and plenty of the barbarians start to move to that side of the hill as well. So it seems to have worked, and now a couple of the druids come up to you and ask, like, what is our next direction? We have not heard word from the swamp hag. Where is she?
How close
Backed
are
him
we?
in the face. She is no mere hag. She is Baba Yaga.
Yes.
That's right.
You've sold
Gravel
them.
worm.
None of the druids want to have anything bad to say. They're all listening right now.
Your incompetence is legendary. Show me your work so far, so I may report back to her greatness.
We are almost complete. We're nearly there. A few more hours, at the most. And this...
I don't believe you. Show me the gem. How is the progress?
It is inside. We've been building it for a week.
Show me exactly where it is.
Who are you again?
I am Herald of Bayad Baba Yaga, and I just punch him in the face.
Oh, okay.
Don't you ever question me.
Sorry, sir.
Now show me the gem.
Well, it's in Wintersprint.
Show me where it's located. Point at it.
It points at the 30-something, 40-foot tall twig
Absolute
creature.
incompetence. Remove it and replace it. It needs to be on the shoulders to the top, where it can be seen
I did
and
not
freely
place
plucked away by flying creatures.
I am sorry, Lord Progressclapter.
Do it. No excuses. And then wings up, and then shadow step out.
And you hear them talking as you are leaving their auditory range or whatever. You hear, like, how are we supposed to do this? Oh no, we are gonna be in so much trouble. Baba's going to kill us all. Oh no, I thought that was her. And they are panicking profusely, and everything in the top of this thing is now kind of in a little bit of chaotic revolution from what it was before.
Coming back to the camp.
Yeah, back in
Hey
the camp.
guys. Hey, I made some friends.
Well, while you're gone, while
you
you're
are
gone, I'm just gonna
yeah.
see if there's anything they want to talk about while you're flying around
I'm-
the bottom.
I would like to pool some sap into my hands, and I break off a piece of myself and offer it to Helke and Voin. Eat. This will protect you.
Fucking why not? Helke eats it. She's like, I love the trend of things.
So you can describe what they are eating right now and how it tastes as well.
Okay. So you are eating what is Gultheki sap. It is basically a psychedelic drug of sorts. It smells and tastes exactly like your favorite beverage at the perfect temperature. Consuming this sap causes almost a disorienting euphoria that brings about a remarkable resistance to pain. So once you've consumed the sap, you are effectively poisoned for an hour, but while you are poisoned, you are immune to fear. And the first time that you drop to 0 hit points, you would drop to 1 hit point instead.
Yeah, Helke just downs it, and then I assume it kicks in like pretty quick.
Pretty quick, yeah.
So as that happens, you then consume this root, which is almost like a mash. Instantly regret it as your mouth fills with the most horrible, bitter flavor ever. Which, if you are trained in any sort of medicine, usually knows that it's something good. Now this one, which you couldn't eat first, actually gives you advantage on saving throws against poisonous or toxic substances for the next 8 hours.
Cool.
I'm confused. Are we poisoned, or do we have advantage against poison?
So you are already poisoned, but it will
But we can't get
grant
poisoned by
you
the
support
other
about being poisoned by something not beneficial, hopefully.
That lasts longer too. Like anti-poison lasts for 8 hours from the root, right?
Yes.
Helke consumes the sap and the root, and then she blinks, and it's that thing where like your pupils get really big, and she goes, Venny would absolutely fucking love this.
I can see through time.
Let's go burn some shit to the ground, and then she gets
Before I eat this stuff, can I somehow know it might be poison, either with perception or medicine?
Yeah, you can give a survival, perception, medicine check. Yep.
Do I get to pick?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Any of those would be relevant here. Survival and
Where's my
medicine
stuff?
would give you the best results, probably. So perception, you would notice that it looks really trippy.
Essentially, it's an opiate.
It has like a white, milky sap to it as well.
Thank you so much, Gultheki. I appreciate it. I've actually, when I was in college, I had a bad reaction to this sort of stuff, so I've always tried to stay away from it since then. So, I do appreciate it. I do like where your head is at here. Maybe, if we're just hanging out afterwards, there's not anything on the line. But I feel like I should really keep my wits about me right now. You know what I mean? Thank you, though. And he pats Gultheki on the shoulder and kind of just gives like a look to Helke. If you feel like it's overwhelming you, Helke, just let me know. I have something to work against it. So
Helke is
prefer to die.
Helke is for sure like petting like a piece of a fir tree, and she's like, "Have you ever thought about how nice trees feel?" Like just.
So Gultheki,
Truly.
this is your band of adventurers is now ready, as one of them is talking to an imaginary thing in his palm, and the other one is petting a tree, and you feel okay. We're getting closer now. And Crim, you come back from your reconnaissance.
Wow, you guys are really relaxed.
What kind of armor is Voin wearing?
He's wearing half plate.
Okay, Helke like pats you on the shoulder to say, "Oh, thank you, darling," and she's like, "Oh, this is very nice too," and she's just like touching the half plate.
Hi, I made friends.
Hello, it is so good to see you. You made it.
Hello.
Are we going to burn something down?
We are. Yeah,
It's
I sent them all into the fog. That was the perfect time to attack.
Wonderful.
It does seem like a bit of a waste. There's so many wooden things up there, and we're not burning them all down. No offense, Gultheki.
Cool.
Just
Gultheki, you're not
Burn them.
a tree person, are you?
So I don't know if you have encountered one, but if you have, Gultheki looks quite similar to what a vine blight would look like if it had died and rotted and decayed for centuries, and whatever plant life of nature had sprouted and begin to regrow.
You are a plant zombie. Plantsy. Okay, well, let's go burn this place down.
Yeah, Helke takes she says, "Let's fucking do it." And she reaches into a satchel at her side and takes out a little, like, vial that's sort of flickering like an ember, and she opens it and a little plume of smoke comes out the top, and she tosses it back and, like, does that, like, frat boy, like, woo! And throws it on the ground so that the glass breaks. Yeah.
Can I have one?
It was the only one I had, and she does this and, like, burps up a little bit of smoke.
Oh.
I offer Crim the sap and break off another root. Consume.
Disgusting. I love it.
Okay. So just checking, that potion gives you, is it an hour?
It's 1 hour, 3 charges.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you know that this will be a arduous charge up the hill. If you want to appear, like, this is the side that's opposite the mist. The mist is all behind, like, a wall of mist on this side, and all of the barbarians, you've noticed, started running to the back and back side of this hill, leaving some of the front area here less guarded. But there is this one altar here where it seems like some activity is going on. So it's up to you guys if you want to try to sneak around this area or go straight to the top through the trees, or go take the path up, you know.
Crim, my very good friend, if I were to make myself invisible, could you just put me right by that big wooden man?
Yes. That's what we do then. Okay, up we go.
I want to wait until the other ones are, like, in position, but, like, if we can get close enough to get them, like, ready to charge, then I would love to, like, basically be sort of airdropped in. Well, I'll cast greater invisibility on myself when we're, like, a minute, less than a minute out.
So you guys are trying to get airdropped as close as you can to, or, like, how many people are invisible, what's going on, and where are you showing up, kind of thing, because they're going to see you if you're not invisible.
I was going to make myself invisible to try to start burning stuff while everyone else was charging in from the other direction, basically.
You could make yourself and Crim invisible if you just used a higher level slot, though, right? Like a 3rd level?
Oh, that's
You're
true.
using greater invisibility.
I have greater invisibility, so how many people can I hit with that?
So I'm just going to say...
greater invisibility is only 1 person, but regular invisibility lasts for an hour, and it's 2 people if you use a 3rd level slot.
Right, you can upscale it.
I don't...
Upcast it.
Greater invisibility will last a minute.
Yeah, that's true. That's the only one I have, which is
You
why I
can
was
do
going to
actions
just...
if you do it, but yeah. So
It's
using
okay.
this
I
diagram
can cloak
here,
us in darkness.
using this drawing here, where are you guys setting up? That's all I'm wondering.
I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of trouble just visioning what we're doing. What side has the mist on it and what side doesn't? Is this the mist over here on
That's
the
mist.
backside?
Yeah. That's the mist. Yeah.
Do you have a
Okay.
battle map?
And so they're
perspective?
they're
yeah,
get-
I do.
Oh.
I'm going to go to that now. Okay, so you guys are on this approach area here, and we're down at the bottom
Okay.
left here, and there's this area of activity right here that leads to the pathway, and it's like a roadway that they've built into the mountain here that like goes through a few areas where it's tight here, and then it starts to wrap all the way around and like become a switchback trail that comes up to the top of the mountain. As it gets right about here is where it starts to split off left and right, you know? So there are barbarians that have run around from this side of the mountain to the other side, the far side, where there is mist on this other side here. There is a Gulthias tree out in this side of the monument. In the middle of the thing is the man being built in the center of this giant circle.
And that's where the gym was?
That's where the gem is inside of the man, yep. And there are more druids in this Gulthias tree area than barbarians, and there are more barbarians on the outside than druids. And there's both of them in this inner circle area.
Okay.
What do we have in this area right here? I don't know if you can see. Forgive me, I'm not too good with this VGT yet, but
No problem.
if you can see my square, like what is in this zone?
If you hold down left click, it pings. Right there?
I see.
Like on
Yeah,
the-
like what's in this general area?
Okay, so you guys are down on this in this area here, kind of thing, before that area, and that area there.
It's only 30 feet away.
Yeah, exactly. That area there is the approach kind of thing, and it looks. Do I have this? Nope, that's higher up. It's hard to see. Okay, inner circle. That's not it. Approach. This one? This is kind of like what each of those iterations look like.
I
you guys
need
probably
a
can't
token
see.
to see.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody can. I will just. Do this, and then you should be able to see now. Yes?
I like the airdrop, and I'm thinking about using minor illusion to disguise you like Crim's carrying some sort of wood to help with the construction in their
That would
talons.
Okay.
But
That would
then
probably work
it's just
better.
really just around you. Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably work better than the greater invisibility, which is very short.
Well, here's my thing. You cast greater invisibility as Crim drops you off, and then you just dig down to the top till you get the gem,
That's a good idea.
and then message Crim, and she'll come back, pick you up, and we just fly away.
Helke is very much at the point, because she's had like one very psychedelic thing. She's at the point of the night where you're like really drunk, and she's like, I think we're going to be really good friends. Can I get your number? You know, like that kind of like, we should hang out.
Yes. Here, this is one of my feathers. One of my wing feathers. They're special. Here.
Braided into my hair.
Aww.
Let's burn this shit
Bird.
down.
Bird nuzzles.
Hell yes.
Okay, now we burn things.
I mean, there's sort of a high risk, high reward aspect to the planet you're proposing, but
No risk. I've already been dead.
it doesn't mean you can't be dead again, or does it?
Only one way to find out.
Do whatever you want then, it's what you're going to do anyway.
Did Crim eat the sap in the root yet?
Yes. He's disgusting. I love it.
I'm open to, it sounds like perhaps our friend Voin is a bit more of a tactical mind, so if you have suggestions for other plans or things that would dovetail nicely, then I am very open to that.
Defensive.
I'm
Dovetail.
sorry. Is it really? I'm so sorry. I was trying to be cheeky and fun. Oh, I apologize.
It's a common mix-up. It's okay. Just
I
don't
mean,
ever
she didn't
let
say
it happen again.
she didn't say parrot tail, so I don't see why it's offensive.
Parrotine is another one that's right on that line. You think we have this thing in our temple called it is the Twitter, where the birds talk? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the birds tweeted, not twitted.
Thank
clever.
goodness I did not say anything about cold turkey. All right.
I mean, we're approaching from this angle. Our good friend Crim here has already drawn off the forces, so they're out of position. We have the power. We have some abilities. It sounds like Helke to summon fire. I have some similar ones.
Only this one time I had a potion that I was going to save for the Baron, but this seems important.
I mean, most of my powers are literally patterned around various types of burning. So it might, to me, seem like a better idea if we approach and begin to set the place ablaze and try to destroy as many of the enemies as we can, rather than drop off someone in the middle of nowhere.
What if we do most of the
They secure the gem before you burn it.
Will fire hurt the gem?
Eating
the magical
it doesn't.
artifact, yes?
I would rather...
Crim's stomach acids don't hurt it, so...
What if Crim drops me off, I try to get down to the gem, and then you guys are prepared to come in, and then you can come in and burn, and I will start burning from the inside. It will be like, surprise!
You can send me a message if necessary, Helke.
Yes.
I can send a message back to you. I also have that ability, if necessary.
Oh, we are message friends, and she high fives you.
Oh, yes. We can do a little ICQ situation.
I'm seeing like a 90s commercial that's like a sitcom thing.
Yeah.
Message friend. Talking on the phone.
On my friends and family list for MCI. Dating myself with that reference.
Let's fucking do it.
Perhaps we should start with securing the escape route, Voin, as they enter. I'm sure they all haven't flipped to the other side of the hill.
Indeed.
I can fly away with her.
Okay, because my computer is frozen right now and I can't seem to change things up with it properly, I'm going to... I think I'm going to have to call it here or restart or something. Maybe... no. Yeah, I'm just going to have to call it because I can't have the battle without restarting.
We're still planning, so...
Yeah, so I'll start it up in the overview kind of thing in the battle map of things throughout the week, and you guys can set up your tokens to where you would be making your first move next time. So that next time you say, we're going in to do this thing, I'll be able to move your token into that position. I've been trying to set it up for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes here while you guys chat and plan it, but it's all...
And it's no session next weekend, right? And it's 2 weeks?
I'm going to get back to you on the Discord about that. It's on the calendar on the Discord, though, if you want to look at it.
Oh, and I believe in the Discord it said that there was not one on the 3rd of October, or I'm sorry, September. That's why I thought so.
I think myself right now. Things have been changing up so much that
I believe that's correct.
Could be right. You could be right. Okay, so September. So this 29th, we have on Monday we have Candle of Thunderstorm, and then we are off again until Monday the following on the 5th. So then the ballet we're back, or ballet is on Friday, and then we're back on the 10th.
On the 10th, yes.
Cool. Yeah. Helke has one arm around Crim's shoulders, and she's like, I wish Venny was here. I think he would really like all of you.
I think we will find him.
Yes. If we burn enough, we will definitely find someone, so...
Make a big fire. People will see it.
true. So
No one's ever truly lost.
that is beautiful.
Yes, that should be in a book.
So as the walking tree that's centuries old hears you guys all, um, it speaking about how this is probably very far from what you had in mind from when you got sent on this quest from an ancient monk ghost, but this is what you got. And if you guys can successfully return 3 gems to their altars, you have a very good chance of defeating Strahd when you fight him on Halloween. If you get 1 gem back, he loses his immunity to radiant damage. If you return,
that will be very good.
If you return 2 gems to the altars and purge them of their evils, he will receive no damage bonus or reduction at all on radiant damage, so it's just regular damage. And if you do all 3 gems, then he is now vulnerable to radiant damage. It will change the fight significantly. So it's not going to be easy, and I'm not going to let you just walk up and take the gem, and it's going to take a little bit of strategy. But if you all are in position and all doing things correctly when the battle happens, it's not the kind of thing that you're just going to be able to walk away with. It's buried in this tree that has now been built for days and days, so it's under days of construction. It's going to take some serious effort or spell casting to get it out, but it's not the kind of thing that you can just do hum and nobody's going to notice while I take out parts of this tree and get to the gem. So although your plan is good, if you're just planning on stranding her there on the hill, so I want to give you guys a chance to get a view of everything with all the enemies and before we make last calls like that. So you'll have the week to plan out if you have any spells or anything you want to look at, and look at all your stuff and think of what's relevant and everything. 2 weeks, I guess. See you guys on October 10th, 9th, whatever it is. September. And thank you so much.
I made the same mistake, yeah.
I'm glad we finally got going, and I think once you guys all just start playing in the game that we're playing, then it'll be a little smoother. And so I think it's a good job, everybody. It's a hard thing to come together in the middle of a thing where it's like there's timing and everything involved, and you've got multiple groups that are in different things in different places. So yeah, like I appreciate you working with me to make all of you be able to come on this adventure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun playing with you all.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, good first session, everybody.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be back for the battle at Yesterhill with Winter Splinter in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.